Ladies and gentlemen, the man is finally back. Yes, Mr. Glaive Keo has returned after one of the most diabolically timed vacations I think I've ever seen. Yeah, if you notice over here, it's been like almost a month since his latest video on the whole lads drama. Bro was on a bit of a rampage before, and well, now he's back from his break. And the video that you see on the screen, or that we're about to react to right now, is about the Zy0x situation. If you're aware of the Zy0x situation, basically this guy has taken a step back from Genshin content creation, specifically guides. And, well, he has a lot of reasons. And so it looks like Glaive Keo over here has seen that video, is going to do a bit of an analysis over here. And why don't we go ahead, give it a bit of a listen, because, well, when it comes to Genshin Impact, when it comes to content, there's one thing that's very clear. Genshin Impact has already gotten a lot of controversy for things like their Hoyo Creator Early Access, things like that, really under the beck and call of the company to be able to produce guides in a reasonable way without using leaks. And so that's why a lot of creators have, you know, in the past, I think individuals like Sevi have talked about it, right? That's why they took a step back before. So with that in mind, and that context, let's see what this one is all about.
Arguably the biggest and most recognizable guide creator in the entire Genshin Impact community, Zy0x, uploaded a 26-minute, completely raw, unscripted video titled Let's Talk.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Judging from the reactions, we all thought he was gonna quit. Thankfully, he didn't, or at least, not yet. In this video, Zy0x talks about something more important than his gay tendencies. It was a rare, completely vulnerable breakdown of a creator at a massive crossroads.
And that's why, like, a video like that, I feel like was so kind of like odd in the space, because the guy's basically, Zy0x is kind of like known as like the most homosexual Genshin creator on the planet. Like that is, I think that's like a fair label to put on him, because like he does say some really super gay shit on stream pretty much all the time.
He laid out the crushing weights of being a guide maker, especially when you see his videos are literally around 30 to 40 minutes long. Without even thinking, man, that must be rough.
Yeah, it's hard to do 40-minute videos, like scripted ones, on release for a character.
Talks about weeks of delayed uploads, and a cycle that we are all probably familiar with, burning the hell out. It got so bad that it literally left him unable to get out of bed. In fact,
there's one thing I'm very happy about in my life. It's that I can comfortably say I've never in my life ever been like so fucked up that I couldn't get out of bed, or like I had to like lay there doing nothing. That has never happened ever in my life. And I guess part of me is that like I can't relate to people that do that, because I'm kind of just like, how do you just like kind of like sit there all day and not do it? Like to me, that's just like, that's something that's impossible for me to like even fathom. So like maybe like obviously like empathy on that is something that I need to like, I guess, work better on. But part of me is kind of just like, do I need to?
He said that he is giving his guide content one final year to see if he can fix his process. And if he can't, he is quitting character guides for good.
One year is kind of a long time. I will say that, though.
If after a year, I'm still like in a mental boom every time there's a guide, and I'm trying to not like talk about it too much, but it does get quite bad sometimes, which I think it shouldn't. There's no like valid reason why it would, but
yeah, I think his mental's just cooked. This is kind of like the thing. Guides for gacha players, specifically Genshin ones, it's not like you need to. What's the best way to put it? It feels like he's really overcomplicating things. Does that make sense? It feels like the guy is in a state where he's really overcomplicating certain things to like a degree where it's like analysis paralysis might be the right term to use. Overthinking's probably it. He might have like an issue with like OCD or something along those lines. And if he does, it is what it is, right? Like that is definitely an explanation. There's definitely an explanation, right? Like the need for perfection or something like that. But I think people got to recognize it's like Genshin releases characters actually at a somewhat lower pace compared to other games. I think they might have actually been speeding it up, but sometimes they have like only one new unit, right? Usually they have two, but it's like one unit every 21 days is kind of like the average, and it's like, hey, making one guide video every 21 days, I don't view that as the craziest thing ever. It kind of just like is like a just wait until you talk to an accountant having to do the month-end close, and working people know what I'm like. Your accountants at your company during your month-end close are like not happy people, and they probably go through a lot worse than what he does.
It does sometimes. Then I won't make them anymore, or I'll, you know, if it's not worth it, I won't.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you know anything about like jobs and people working, this is sort of just like yeah, you kind of got to deal with it sort of move.
But I'm gonna take a year, or at least Shesnaya, or at least a few patches, to work on the way I do it, get them out faster. And if it's still rewarding, if you guys still like them, and if it's a better process, then I'll keep doing them. And then if in a year I'm like, hey, I can't really do this, then I'll stop. And if I am like, oh, this is better, then I'll keep going.
As a fellow YouTuber watching that video, I didn't just hear a creator yapping or making excuses, as Zy0x himself constantly say in his video. I saw someone who is trapped, in the kind of trap that hits almost every full-time content creator at some point in their career.
Interesting. Okay, let's hear a little bit more about this one.
Why do I know this? Because I have played these games before. Everyone likes to joke about him being late on his guide videos, and I'm sure that is what he feels is the main issue when he was making that video. But I see something deeper than that: perfectionism and guilt.
So everyone here is everyone here is slightly mentally ill. Okay.
Today I want to break down Zy0x's 26-minute updates and lay out what is actually happening in this situation.
And this is what I mean by mentally ill. OCD is a mental illness. It's not a severe one, debilitating to the point where you can't live a normal life, but it is debilitating for a lot of people. It is a mental illness.
Not really as a critique of him, but hopefully it could become a lesson for every viewer and creator in this community. If you want to see more content from me, feel free to smash the like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna need to speed this up to 1.25. Glaive has been talking slower. Glaive has been talking slower recently, bro. I swear to God. That's why his videos are like, they used to be like 12, 13 minutes. Now they're like 19, 20.
Icon to keep up with my videos. Without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. Zy0x is basically talking about how he is often stuck in analysis paralysis.
So this is what I legitimately mean. I have not watched Zy0x's video. The only bits I've seen from it are like comments regarding it, people's brief summaries and stuff like that. But like, I feel like I already said something like this without even knowing that he said it.
As time has gone on, Genshin's character kits have grown way more complex. Back then, the kits were worded super simply. Do this attack and you deal big damage, and you mix the colors. Now, the descriptions use jargons that makes things far more confusing.
Sorry, I'm just that's so as a Wuthering Waves guide maker, I can 100% say the Wuthering Waves kits are like way more complicated than Genshin's at like a baseline in terms of like how they work and resources and quote unquote jargon and stuff like that. So like, yeah. Maybe this is why Zy0x just doesn't make woo-wah guides. The game is too complex. The kits are too complex.
Alongside newer elemental reactions. Like, it's just so complicated. And Zy0x here says that he has standards. He wants to cover 100% of weapon options, team combos, and calculations.
That's dumb. That's dumb because you're testing things nobody will ever use. And this is also the other thing. This could effectively be split up into like 3 separate videos. Where one's about how to play the character, the second is about how she works on every single weapon option, and the third is on the team combos and calcs. You managed to turn 3 videos into 1, and like as a result, you like make less money, you get less exposure in the algo, and you're just griefing yourself as a creator. I would turn, if this was what was going on, I'd turn this into 3 separate videos.
But spending 80%
that are all like 12, 13, 14, 20 minutes each.
of his time trying to refine the final 5% of niche details ends up delaying his uploads by weeks, causing the entire video to stall.
Some people don't realize this, but having like a minor fuck up in your videos actually like isn't that bad at all. In fact, it can actually be a boost to your engagement because people will see the minor fuck up and then like go into your comments and then write a comment and then boost the engagement of the video. Like truly, it is like the idea of content creation and stuff like this is that like Zy0x, you out here like saying the craziest shit on stream. Like there's not necessarily like this need for like everything on your YouTube channel to be perfect if you're already known as like a goofy guy. Like I think everyone thinks of Zy0x as like a goofy guy, right? Like we all think he's goofy. We all think he's goofy and he says weird shit all the time, and like you watch him not really for like the whole like, oh yes, so Zy0x here with a guide today on how to play the latest new character. Cryo trap? Like no, that's not why Zy0x is like big. So it's kind of just like this whole need for like this alter ego. It's like this guy wants to be Batman while everyone knows he's already Bruce Wayne. Bro, you like Spider-Man after No Way Home. And like, everyone already knows you goofy. Why you try to be serious? Do you get what I mean? Everyone already thinks you're goofy. What's this need for perfectionism on the other side?
It's not that just it's been more difficult, but I feel like guide videos have been taking longer because there's just more characters, more information, more complex kits. And I feel like I've been harder on myself. I feel like I want to be perfect in it, and I want to cover every option, every teammate, every weapon, every little thing that someone might ask, because that's what I, as a viewer, feel like I would want.
No, that's because you're that's because you have a mental illness. That's why you want to cover those things. And by mental illness, I mean OCD, because you're caring about details nobody gives a fuck about. And that caring about details nobody cares about is what's causing these problems.
So what ends up happening is a lot of the times, if I can't get a perfect video, I just won't make it. Or I just won't post it. And because of that, it'll just not get posted for a really long time, waiting for the last 5% or 10%. And it just makes huge delays.
I mean, when I heard that part, I was like, wow, this guy is super serious about his craft. That is next level perfectionism. But is it worth it for the video?
No.
To be late by that long? So with that being said, there are a couple of things I would like to say.
With that mindset, you will... I'm just gonna be honest. And I mean this in like the least fucked up way possible. With that mindset, you are just going to be stuck in life. Like, you are going to just not get the things you want with a mindset like that. I truly don't know what else to say about it. It is one of the most self-destructive things I've ever heard.
In response to that, Zy0x, if you're watching this video, you're probably not, but let's pretend that you are. Number one, what you should do, implement the 80-20 rule. You might want to lock in on this because not knowing this fundamental rule creates a massive bottleneck for content creators who don't recognize it.
I don't even know what this shit is.
The Pareto principle states that roughly 80% of results come from 20% of the effort. Now, how does this apply to you? The idea is that 80% of the value viewers need comes from 20% of the core information in your video. That 20% effort with 80% value is what the majority of the player base actually needs when a new character drops. Now,
okay, so he kind of went on a roundabout, complicated way to say that, like, viewers don't need all the information on the fucking planet. Because all the information on the fucking planet is already available. They just want you to take... Like, guys, this is a crazy thing. All the information that's in a guide, you could actually look up on Google. And the point of a guide maker is to compile the most important bits of information in the most concise and digestible format possible for your guide. So when your guide is like 50 minutes long, it's not a good guide.
let's pretend I'm your viewer here. These would be my main questions going into your guide video. What artifacts do I farm? Which main stats and substats matter? What are the best in-slot weapon options? Alongside the possible free-to-play or...
Like, this is the unfortunate thing. Like, the unfortunate thing about this video is that, like, Glaive now comes off as patronizing because it's like, Glaive doesn't even make guides. But, like, low-key, he knows how to make guides better than Zy0x. It's not that hard. So it truly makes the issue Zy0x is suffering from so unimaginably odd because, like, a guy that doesn't even make guides knows how to do this better.
4-star option.
Sorry, a guy that doesn't make guides knows how to do it better. Clearly, he knows how to make guides.
How do I use this character in a team, right? And if I get...
That's it! Truly, do you need to know any more than these 4? On the release day for a... No! No, you don't!
in a team, right? And if I get those questions answered, then most of the time I am good. The 80% effort.
It's pretty easy when you're tackling from the perspective of viewer. Absolutely. It's like, if I was looking for a fucking guide, would I, like, bro, do I want one that's like 50 minutes long and full of like unnecessary information? Or do I want one that's short, sweet, and will get me in and out in the least amount of time possible? I respect my time, so I'm going to go with the alternative, the shorter one.
With 20% value, on the other hand, is what Zy0x gets trapped doing.
Once the preliminary editing is done, I'll do the rest myself, and I have to rewatch it and add things, and there's new stuff that are discovered all the time, new combos, new maybe ER requirements I have to redo, or new teammates, new optimizations, mistakes I notice, and it's a constant cycle of re-editing. But maybe for weapons that only 0.1% of people will think about, I'll add a text note instead of talking about it for a minute, or I'll just mention it. Still have the information, but not make it as long and as tiresome to work on.
Why don't you just make 2 videos? Why don't you just make 3 videos? Why don't you just split these monstrous guides up into different videos?
Inferring from his words, he is testing niche weapons that only 0.1% of his audience will ever even think about, to the point.
I'm sorry. This is what he just it's a combo of OCD, but also this is just a little dumb, isn't it? It's just a little dumb to think about, right? I understand you got OCD, but at a certain point you got to realize, man, is the juice worth the squeeze here? Is the juice worth the squeeze here? That is truly a question that every single person out there should always be asking themselves about anything they do. Is the reward of me doing this worth the effort? And I think Zy0x might just be really bad at quantifying what something is worth,
where it becomes long and tiresome to work on. He re-edits constantly every time there is a new combo or a slightly better min-max detail on the character, and it just ends up being a cycle. The video ends up being late, or like the Sandrone guide, ends up not getting posted at all. When that happens, it's not even 80-20 anymore. That is 100% effort for 0 value. The honest truth is that a viewer who just got a new character and is stuck on how they should build them doesn't need a PhD in Genshin theory crafting. They just need a clear roadmap for what to achieve if they want a well-built character. I understand that you might want to do more for reasons not being discussed, but that 5% of micro-optimization, you wanting to literally make the most perfect video ever.
The funniest thing is that the best way for you to get over OCD in this situation, guys, is to actually not do the things that you think you need to do and then see how it works out. And then you realize, oh, I didn't do this extra 5% and the video still did perfectly fine. And then that just lets your brain know, oh, this doesn't matter. So truly, the only way to combat stuff like this is to experiment and just see the cause and effect and allow your brain to make the linkage between all this effort literally doesn't do anything. I'm not going to do it again in the future. It's truly that simple. But I think Zy0x just hasn't given himself the opportunity somehow over all these years to at least allow his brain chemistry to experience it a single time, which is rough, right? Which is rough. Now I'm thinking about oh damn, the rest of his life must have been a little bit rough too.
For a character is not worth the delay at all. Now I get it. The gacha community, especially the Genshin community, can be perfectionists themselves in a way. They will watch a video, notice that it isn't perfect, and call it out. They didn't include the fact that when you jump cancel the attack animation, you get a special window where your father returns from buying milk. Now
what the fuck? Hey, you know what? That was pretty good. I'll give him props for that one.
Of course, mentioning that a creator missed something is perfectly fine. Most of the time, the creator will admit they missed something or got something wrong in the comments, or even pin your comments. But I'm talking...
Guys, it's just this simple. This is a release day guide, so there might be new shit that comes out soon. I'll make a follow-up video on that if it's cool enough. Great. Now people are going to engage with your new content, and you've given yourself the easiest out possible for why it's not in your vid. Like, this is just so easy. It's so easy. You just... Why? Why are we making things so hard for ourselves when, like, truly, it's this easy to get past all of these insurmountable barriers?
About those hypercritical people who literally rage over it. The ones who insult a creator because they didn't include a niche weapon that could work. This creator missed it, therefore he is a bad content creator. So everyone should unsubscribe and cancel this guy. He doesn't deserve his platform. There are many of such cases, especially in the gacha space. To be honest, when watching this video, I can sense a sort of fear, and it gets validated the more that I watch.
Fear? Oh boy, oh.
Zy0x will re-edit for days over a minor lack of information. Why? Because missing a detail feels like a direct hit to his credibility as a guide maker. If the video covers everything, no one can catch him lacking. But let me be real here, it is impossible for you to make an unassailable video on YouTube. There's always going to be that one person who disagrees with you, or even that 5% you are targeting will disagree. It is like that 9 out of 10 dentist meme. How is there always that one dentist who goes, nah, I don't like this perfectly fine toothpaste, while the other 9 recommend it? You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no way you can actually be perfect, especially in a highly opinionated space like gacha genre. Trying to be perfect and, in a way, pandering to that 5% will make you a hostage to a vocal minority.
Well, he's been a hostage to the Genshin community for like his entire career, so I don't think this ain't too much different now, is it?
Operating out of fear like that will never be good for you. Production times will inflate, and that is a guarantee. But it will also take all the joy out of content creation.
Well, this is why you gotta be okay with like not be like just I don't know, clapping back. Like this is truly something where like the more that you're able to, I don't know, fucking defend yourself, the less you care about shit like this. Like, guys, truly, it is like a matter of like, I don't fucking care. Like, fuck off. Like, just have more of these vibes for when somebody's not intelligent or like they're saying dumb shit. Like,
It is going to be exhausting and mentally taxing. Now on to the next problem. Let's say you are in a situation where the video is already delayed, and that could be caused by a lot of things. It could be things like the issues we discussed before, re-editing, chronic perfectionism, or even things out of your control, something like traveling. Now what? Well, in the clip, he talks about how he feels when he does miss a deadline. He says things like, what's the point anymore? And talks about how hard it is to find the motivation to finish something that is already delayed.
And then when I got back home, it was already a week delayed, which mentally was already like, what's the point anymore? Or it was over a week, I think. Anytime there's a delay of a day, a week, 2 weeks, it's like, what's the point anymore? Like, is
maybe this is like typically where people do like post-mortems to like identify what caused the delay so that they can ensure that the delay doesn't happen in the future, versus like, I guess like do you see how this is like, this is such a spiraling approach to a situation like this, where you're like justifying why you didn't do something or why you made a problem worse. Like, this is like justifying why you made the decision to make an already existing problem worse than what it is. Do you get what I mean here? It's like, instead of looking at how to solve the delay, the immediate response is, okay, how can I justify me making this delay worse?
it even worth finishing? And then that is where I am very bad at finding motivation or discipline or whatever the word is to finish something that's already delayed, because I feel like, what's the point?
Now for
Well, no, you gotta finish it, focus the fuck up, and then make sure that delay doesn't happen again. Like, I mean this, like, bro, I think Zy0x would have, like, died in, like, 1950, bro. Like, I truly mean this in, like, the most, like, genuine sense possible. Like, how, like, what, we can't be, like, out here, right? We can't be, like, out here, like, it's not that hard.
First of all, why is that? Because to a perfectionist, missing a deadline equals to something going wrong.
Bro, this is like, just imagine that, like, you're working, it's like 1960, and you're working in, like, the metal mill, and then, like, one of your coworkers is, like, just not taking the bolts off the thing, and he's like, but I already missed one bolt, right? So, like, because I already missed one, what's the point of me getting the other ones? And you're just like, what? Shut the fuck up and do your job! You little bitch! Shut the fuck up and pick up the bolts! That's like what would happen. And, like, I feel like he needed that to just happen to him in, like, school. Or, like, bro, like, a job or, like, bro, somebody needed to just yell at him. So he stops doing this self-destructive bullshit. Like, woe is me, something bad happened. Woe is me, how can I make it worse?
It means the project is already a failure before it even gets posted. Does that make sense? You need to understand that it's less about laziness and more about avoidance. Guilt replaces productivity with a feeling of shame. Because as a creator of his size...
Like, bro, you need to get this, like, yelled out of you. I'm going to be honest. Because it's all mental, bro. This is like, it's literally all just mental blocks everywhere.
There is this unexplainable pressure when it comes to your craft. I can prove this by how much Zy0x...
I genuinely feel like this is a result of too much positive reinforcement. Like, I don't know how you get here as, like, a 25-plus-year-old guy and still have issues like this. There must have been too much positive reinforcement for everything. How does this not get... Like, I don't know how you make it to 25 and have issues like this.
Talks about how thankful he is to his viewers and how indebted he feels to them for his current success, which is obviously true in some ways, but I see it more as Zy0x feeling obligated to his viewers. Is that wrong? Not necessarily, but that...
Well, based off of the fucked up ways he's been working, yes, he is kind of obligated, because basically, this is like the car mechanic that says it's going to be ready on Friday, but it's available next, like, 2 weeks from that date. And, like, everything's late all the time, but for some reason, he's still getting customers. Yes, in that situation where, like, you as a service, you have been failing, and, like, everything's been late by, like, 1 or 2 weeks, and that's how it's been for the past couple of months, then yes, I do feel like he is indebted to his viewers for still choosing to watch his stuff.
Same sense of obligation can make someone feel immense pressure to perform better than they realistically can. And when they fail, they spiral. Missing a deadline feels bad, of course, but when you're in Zy0x's position, it feels like you're failing everyone. Everyone is waiting for my video, and I'm not delivering what they expected. When you...
And, like, guys, it's... This is, like, the best way I can describe... He sounds like a depressed shonen protagonist. Dude, you gotta get the fuck over it. I'm sorry.
Look at your drafted video, you don't really think about the project itself anymore. You are thinking about how late it is and how you have let people down. What is the easiest solution to that negative feeling? Just avoid it. Run away from it. I'm not even going to open my editing software. I guess
this is the thing. It seems like he has the mental maturity of, like, an actual high schooler. Like it feels like that's kind of what it feels like. He has, like, the coping ability of an actual, like, high schooler.
I'm just not gonna upload it. Or maybe I will, but later, and then you procrastinate. It's a self-defense mechanism, and the more you avoid it though, the harder it becomes to finish the project, and it just turns into a cycle. How Zy0x deals with this is by simply forcing it. Just finishing what he started to satisfy that perfectionist urge and make it perfect in his own eyes. I mean, you're already late anyway, right? So you might as well cross the finish line you set for yourself, right? The bad part about that approach is how you feel after you post it.
And guys, this is the thing. It's like most people will figure out this lesson about delays, deadlines, all of this stuff. You'll find this out very quick on your first job ever. You'll find out how important it is to adhere to deadlines. You'll find out how important it is to, like, go by a schedule. And you'll find out how important it is, namely, how not to waste other people's time when you're starting out a new job, right? And, like, those are, like, core skills. Those are, like, core elements. Those are core things that I feel like every content creator should at least have in their back pocket before they even try starting their career, right? And I think the issue is that Zy0x kind of... It feels like he's been just winging it the whole time, I guess, and it wasn't a big fucking deal, because I feel like, I don't know how you didn't work yourself out yet.
Thought in your head saying, what if? What if you had posted it on time? You look at the...
Calling yourself a perfectionist is often a protective shield. It disguises fear, shame, and procrastination as a high standard. Oh, it's an excuse to be lazy. Ooh. Well, now that you think about it, that's probably why you hear people say it all the time. It's like, hey, I just sat here all day not doing anything, even though I was supposed to work. I'll just say I was a perfectionist so I can excuse the absolute zero progress I made today. Yeah, we all know somebody that does that.
Views, and even if they look the same as every other character you've covered, you still think, what if I was on time? Could it have surpassed the number?
You just don't get it, bro. Like it's just so hard, bro. Like every single time I do something, bro, like if you were in my shoes, you would understand, bro. Nobody wants to work with someone like that ever.
Could it have been shared more by the community? Those thoughts will eat you alive. And when they do, you feel defeated. And that feeling then carries over to your next project, and then your next, and then your next.
Yes, and that's why being a problem-solving oriented person, which is rare nowadays, right? This is the unfortunate issue. I feel like a lot more individuals back in the day used to be problem solvers, right? In that, like, oh, you're like, oh, people want to, like, vent about something, right? It's like, oh my gosh, my dog is, like, gay, right? And then they would be like, oh, like, have you thought about, like, you know, this type of, like, thing? Maybe introduce them to some girl dogs or something. And it's like, that's like shunned nowadays, where it's like, now people are all about creating their own problems and just telling people their problems, and then the other person listening. That's like what people want. They don't actually want their problems solved because they don't have real problems. They're just making them up. That's how it is in 2026. People actually don't have real issues. They're just making them up. They know they're fake issues, so they don't actually want the problem solved. So you're just not actually meant to solve their problems because they don't exist. And so nowadays, the problem-solving oriented person is like not very popular anymore because there aren't really that many real problems to solve. So it's almost like incentivized to like be a little bitch all the time. It's almost like incentivized to just complain about things, to have a bunch of problems and no solutions, because people are like, they have, it's almost like a piece of pride nowadays to have a lot of issues, because then you can be like, oh yeah, well, I'm just like thriving and like living my life despite everything that's so bad about it. That's the meta. The meta nowadays is to have problems, and so people never actually learn how to solve their own problems, the real ones that they have, because they're so busy making up all these fucking fake ones.
Until you end up posting a Let's Talk video because you couldn't take it anymore and you decided you needed a change. At one point, he also admits how exhausting and mentally taxing it is. And he's right. That is just how it is sometimes.
All of that, it just makes me get in my own head a lot, and it makes me in a quite bad mental state. I don't really know why, but
I just think he never learned how to solve actual problems in his life.
Mental health in the week when
I think people solved problems for him, and that's like just how everything's been going. And he's at a point where he's a big creator. People can't solve his problems for him anymore.
Just making a guide is worse than it is like 90% of the time.
And how do I know this? Because that is also what I've experienced in the past and might even be experiencing right now. In a way, this is a learning moment for me too. I'm going to take my own advice and I'll be happier with where my channel is heading. It's hard to explain this to non-creators because most people just won't empathize. They won't even try to understand where you're coming from. In the beginning, Zy0x said he had been thinking about this for a long time, but hadn't made a video about it until now. Because why? Because he thought nobody cared. And that's how we all feel. The vocal minority can sometimes feel overwhelming.
Nobody really cares about self-inflicted problems. That's just how it works, and every problem here is self-inflicted. Like, you don't really care that much if somebody's just constantly hurting themselves, because it's like, well, you're just... stop. Like, right? Like, yeah. And so that's where I think this whole, like, negative stigma comes from with these issues, because it's like, bro, you did all of this to yourself. That's the core root of it, so why is it my problem? Viewers, I'm gonna be honest. If you stubbed your toe today, that's awful. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that one of my individual viewers stubbed their toe today. Because I shouldn't. Because I really shouldn't as a person. Especially if I don't know them specifically. I shouldn't care.
That often is the spark for burnouts, when those people think making videos is just cutting clips, placing text on the screen, and rendering it. That is only a small fraction of what we actually do. Even people with reaction channels, some of them are probably reacting to this video right now.
All right, time out. What is he about to say? He's about to talk some shit. Let me hear it.
The ones you might think are lazy and just taking advantage of other creators still had to learn how to be good reactors.
Guys, this is the thing. Who actually does gacha react content like me? Not really nobody. That's kind of like the point, because I offer one of the most fresh and unique perspectives to gacha content, gacha reactions that nobody else in the space can even get close to. And so as a result, I am kind of like the gacha reaction guy, and people have tried, but they don't ever get the same results. Because you need to have a very specific skill set to be a React creator. You need to be fast on your feet. You got to have like a good, good sense of humor. You got to have good critical thinking ability and mold all of that together into making a response, a good quip, a one-liner within seconds after hearing something. It's not easy to do. And that's why, like, the most often you'll see, like, for React creators, bro, they'll be like the theater kids. I was the theater kid. I was like a debate club kid, but I never went to debate club, so I was just an asshole. I did debate club in League of Legends and on Summoner's Rift. So that's why I'm able to do React content like that.
Anybody can have a reaction channel, but not everybody can deliver good reactions. And I'm not saying this job is harder than a traditional 9-to-5. That is a completely different debate I'm not going to get into. But while physical jobs are more tiring on the body, this line of work definitely takes a mental toll on you at some point in your career.
Well, yeah, so make sure you got a good brain before you do this shit.
So if you ever wondered why your favorite YouTuber suddenly disappears for the entirety of July, just posting one video, this might be the reason. And now you're in this situation.
Wait, so what? Wait, what did he say over here? Oh. Yeah, he's not, I think Glaive's just saying he's not good at React content.
You've missed the deadline, you are stuck in a cycle of being late and feeling defeated, and now you are burnt out. You feel mentally exhausted, and it's affecting your life in so many ways, from your sleeping habits, your eating habits, your relationships, God forbid. And what now? Zy0x
I think Glaive basically was saying there, if Glaive was better at React content, he'd be able to do videos while he was on vacation, but because he's not that good at it, he doesn't have that as an outlet for him. Does that make sense?
Talks about how he feels guilty for feeling this way, which is probably going to make you feel worse. Well, not really probably. It definitely is going to make you feel worse. But no worries, this happens to pretty much every content creator when they hit this point. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but now we're elaborating on it. Privilege guilt. It is something creators feel when they are mentally exhausted, but actively suppress or invalidates their own feelings because, well, they have got it good. They feel their job as a content creator shouldn't be taken for granted because it is objectively better or easier than most traditional labor. They
No, it is true, I think. Yeah.
feel this platform was given to them, not earned by them. At least that's how it feels to them.
Again,
well, I mean, that's entirely accurate. It's 100% true because without COVID and that, I don't think Zy0x is even close to his current size right now.
I have
Based off his work ethic and actual output, if he were to start content creation in 2026, I think he would go nowhere. Content creation today is like so much more difficult than what it was before, and the bar for like actually like being successful is unreal. And much like how Genshin sustains its player base with the injection of COVID of players and the sunk cost over there, I think Zy0x in a similar way is like his channel is also like a remnant of that as well. Because when your guides are 3 to 4 weeks late, you're like 3 to 4 weeks late on everything, right? And it's been like this for months. You really shouldn't actually be having a career in the space because you're not built for it. That's kind of like the point, right? And if he was simply not having the COVID buff, if he was like not having all of like the whole like viewership buff from just simply being on Genshin as a first adopter streamer and content creator, he would have learned this lesson a lot sooner. But basically, he's been riding the coattails of the game his entire career, and now that he actually has to work, he's suffering. And it's unfortunate, right, that the wake-up call has to happen this slowly. It's like an alarm that he's been snoozing for the past 4 years. That's basically what this feels like. An alarm he's been snoozing for 4 fucking years. And now the time to wake up is finally here. And it's rough. It's tough. But I think that's the reality of this situation.
a lot of friends and family members who work like real jobs that are way, way harder. So I'm not saying that, but there are days where I just can't get out of bed. Like I'm like, there's like a giant weight on me and it's really difficult. So don't worry about me. I'm not making this video to make an excuse or to have people work.
I just think this means you're over your head. You can't do the job description and it's like, it's time to face the music. You gotta be real fucked up to get to the point where you can't get out of bed. You gotta be real fucked up to do that. You wanna know how I know? Because I've never been fucked up enough to do that before.
About me.
Notice how many times in his video, Zy0x stops to apologize. He literally says he has days where he can't get out of bed, but immediately backtracks because his friends and family work real jobs. Real jobs as in 9 to 5s, in an office or at a store, you know, actual jobs. It's to the point where it's like, we get it. You feel privileged to have this platform. You are thankful for your viewers and you—
It's bad when you are So this is the thing. I don't think anyone gives me shit about how much I work. I don't think anyone thinks I'm lazy. I don't think anyone thinks that I'm like an underachiever or that I'm doing like the bare minimum or shit like that, or that like my position is unearned. I don't think anyone thinks that. I think everyone has the impression that I work quite hard. And some would probably even have the impression that I maybe work more than they do at their 9 to 5. That's because my output matches the description of working. 3 uploads a day plus a daily stream, whatever. Yes, it looks like I'm working the whole time. When you are putting out guide videos 4 weeks late and doing no streams, bro, how many streams has Zy0x had and how many videos is he putting out? We're doing, right, like somewhat daily, not really daily. It's like intermittent streams that aren't like the most consistent. I think it's better at least than like it seems like maybe 15 days in a month. So like half the days in a month, right? He's outputting regular content. But this is the situation, guys. This is the situation. You look at his fucking YouTube and then you just see this. So like, where's the output? Where's the output, bro? It's like, dude, like, where is the stuff? Where's the content? You got 3 vids a month, bro. 2 vids a month, sorry. But that's the thing, right? I think you should feel guilty. Because what are you even doing on your streams? Are you going in with the idea of making videos, or are you just pressing play and then just yapping for 4 hours? All right, no, you just pressing play and yapping for 4 hours with your boyfriend, right? Bro, like, Like, we're just goofing around looking at Twitter and playing mini games with chat, right? You just having fun, bro. You just having fun. You just goofing around. So yes, you should feel guilty, I think. You can work harder. You're just choosing not to. You want it to be a job, but you have the effort of a hobby. And you got paid like a job while working it like a hobby. And now that you got to work it like a job to get paid like a job, now you complaining. I'm telling you, content creation was easy mode when you started. It's not easy now. And while you're seeing literally just goofing around, bro, playing fun little games instead of like, I don't know, making a fucking vid so your viewers can have content, your 861k COVID subscribers can get some content. You make this talking about how life is so hard, how you can't get out of bed, but then you're just gonna goof around and play games on stream. Every single stream. Come on, man.
You couldn't have achieved all this without them. We get it. But even so,
So that's why I think he should feel guilty. Especially when you just on the record having some fun.
can't be healthy, right?
Instead of working. And remember, this stream was 2 days ago. His video was 7 days ago.
I'm saying this for a valid reason, by the way, and to help you understand what I'm getting at, I want you to look at it like this. Burnout is completely biological. It's not comparative. Think of your stress.
What are you getting burned out from, bro?
It's like an actual...
Bro, you ain't even doing anything. What is there to get burned out from? Like, this is what I don't understand. What are you getting burned out from? You just goofing around looking at Twitter or playing mini games with people. What is there to burn out from? This is...
physical pain, or something extreme like a broken bone. If you got kicked in the nuts really hard, it hurts. You might have to say goodbye to the future generations. Just because someone else in the hospital got a broken bone doesn't mean your nuts stop hurting. Don't put yourself in a comparison contest where you go band for band on trauma and mental health.
So remember what I said about people nowadays, they brag about having problems? This is literally what I mean, bro. It's a like suffering competition, bro, to see who can bitch and moan the most about imaginary issues.
We have a cool job, that is for certain, but that doesn't mean we can't have our own struggles. And when you do feel that way, don't suppress it. Don't invalidate yourself whenever you have those kinds of thoughts, because it doesn't help at all. Sure, the first time you do it, you might feel strong in the moment, like, yes, I can push through this. But when it happens for the 10th time, or heck, the 100th time, be honest with me. How much do you really have left in you? How long are you going to hide your true feelings instead of confronting them head on? You're just putting a band-aid on a big, glaring open wound.
Band-aid? Or like I said before, he's been hitting the snooze alarm for 4 years. When you view it that way, he's just been kicking the can down the road of like, okay, yeah, I'm not built for this.
Reality is, denying your mental health because you feel guilty only guarantees a bigger crash later. It is just a matter of time. It's great to see that in this video, Zy0x seems to have realized his problems and is moving in the right direction with his content. He knows what he wants and what his ultimate goals are.
Zy0x should have just been a dish. A Tuanto and Anthony Chen, a goofy little goober guy who just plays his goofy goober minigames with his goofy goober friends every single day. And that's it. And just uploads playthroughs of the goofy stuff he's doing with his goobers. He should have just done that because that's what he's built for.
I'm just saying this for Zy0x or any of you watching this who are his viewers. You don't need permission to feel burned out just because you play video games for a living. Even as a guide maker, you are human too. A realization that
you're downplaying his entire career, aren't you, Saint? That's a bit hard. I said he got a massive COVID buff that sustained him for multiple years despite his poor work ethic. And now that Genshin isn't as popular, there's more competition, it's harder to get views and succeed, so now he actually needs to work significantly harder than what he did before. And so before, he was able to put in way less effort and succeed because the space was far less competitive, and now that there's actual competition, he actually needs to put real work in, and it's not working out for him. That's not downplaying his career, that's telling the truth.
a lot of people in this space.
And if truth makes you think I'm downplaying, then that's more of an account on your impression of Zy0x rather than the real facts about the situation, isn't it?
Desperately needs. At the end of the day, Zy0x's video wasn't just about delayed character guides or fixing his workflow for Snezhnaya. It was a showing of what happens when a creator tries to carry everything all at once by himself until the dam finally breaks. If there's one takeaway,
Unk used to be a Genshin CC. Why does everyone keep saying I used to be a Genshin CC? I'm just genuinely wondering where that take came from, because I've never uploaded like a Genshin guide video or anything like that in my fucking life. They're confusing you for Tectone. Oh.
From everything we have talked about today, it is this.
Nobody believes this is your first run. Oh, that's fair to say, I guess. Yeah, okay, so now people think I'm a veteran CC for some odd fucking reason. That's been like in the game for years. All right, great. That's what people think of me. No, I'm not.
Creators, perfectionism isn't a badge
Bro, smurfing.
of honor. That doesn't make you the only one that should be getting praise. It is a bottleneck. Your audience doesn't need a PhD dissertation on day one of a character trapping.
This is the unfortunate thing. Glaive was just spitting basic fucking information at this guy. Like, dude, like the guy, this motherfucker just wants a cheeseburger. Bro, they just want a cheeseburger from your restaurant. Stop putting the lettuce, the tomatoes, the mayos, the onions, the bacon, the pickles, the potato. Stop putting all that other shit on there. I just want the cheeseburger. That's the fucking, that's it. And the one that's gonna tilt you the most, right, is when it's like the burger and then they like put the fucking melted cheese on the bun and you're like, how the fuck do I eat this? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, that happened to me once before at a restaurant, and I, like, actually got mad when they poured the fucking cheese on my burger. As this, you piece of shit. I ordered this to eat with my fucking hands, asshole. That's probably what it's like when Zy0x puts in the fucking 0.01% niche weapon shit in his video.
Just do what you do best, but don't let the fear of missing a 5% niche detail keep you hostage from.
His guides are regardless the highest quality for Genshin. Don't fucking care if it comes out 4 fucking weeks late. Great. Hey, the cure for cancer came out 4 weeks after your mom died. Do you care about it? No, bitch.
Posting. For viewers, the creators you watch are just like you, actual unemployed human beings. And they are operating in an environment with no clock-out switch and constant public scrutiny. When a video is late, it is rarely because they don't care. In this video especially, it is because they care too much. Zy0x cares about you. I care about you. Okay. It's starting to be cringe. I genuinely hope Zy0x finds a sustainable pace during this test year, whether that means shorter guides, delegating more of the workload, or pivoting to content that actually brings him joy again. Because
I think he needs to wake the fuck up. And I think he needs to stop feeling so sorry for himself, because it's been like 6 fucking years. I think after 6 years of making content for this fucking game, you should have realized a lot of this a long time ago. And like all these problems are so self-inflicted, I can't feel sorry for him, because it just feels like this guy never experienced real life. Like, I feel like I'm hearing about issues that, like, some fucking girl raised by fucking wolves and then, like, grew up in foster care would have. That's what it seems like, bro. It's like, how are you... Like, it feels like he's so underdeveloped as a human being.
No guide or YouTube algorithm is worth burning yourself out to the ground.
Like, this is my recommend. Get a therapist, bro. Get a fucking therapist and work out this mental shit you got going on where, like, you can't work properly. Nah, therapist trash. Maybe yours was. Maybe you just really fucked up. Yeah, when somebody says a therapist is trash, I get an immediate impression about them.
Case scenario is that he doesn't quit, right? We all love him how he is, but that is just my view on it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. It really helps the channel out. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on Zy0x's updates, or if you have ever dealt with this kind of burnout in your own life. And if you want to see more contents like this, hit that subscribe button. Thank you.
All right. Overall, I would say everything Glaive is spitting in this video is like 100% accurate. But this is what I'll also say. I think Glaive was so much nicer to Zy0x than he actually needed to be. Because, like, bro, all I could get from, like, the clips was, like, this dude is just so caught up in his own feelings, so caught up in his own failures, and it's just... Let it go! Like, bro, Zy0x, go watch Frozen. Go watch Frozen. Go listen to the fucking song. Go watch the musical too, bro. I don't fucking care. You need to learn how to let it go, bro. It's truly that simple. It is truly that simple. It's also Shneznaya time too, so maybe you can watch it with your chat together and you can work out all your mental issues together. Let me know what you all thought about this one. Peace out.